We can't live without it. We spend about a third of our lives doing it. But what is it and why do we need it? Hi there and welcome to Gimme 2. My name is Mark and in this video we will discuss sleep in just 2 minutes. As with my other videos, if you're interested in going straight to the 2 minutes, which discusses what happens when we sleep and the different stages of sleep, that is timestamped in the description below. But if you stick around for a couple of minutes before that, I discuss the function that sleep plays in our lives and some important context that might be worth a listen. While many view sleep as a blanket lack of consciousness, it's much more nuanced than that, occurring in stages that helps us mentally and physically recover after expending energy. Although we have an ever-expanding understanding of what happens when we sleep, we're still largely in the dark as to why we need sleep and how it carries out the functions that it does. Much of our understanding about sleep comes from the correlation between the quality and quantity of sleep and certain outcomes, such as happiness, awareness, and illness, while not necessarily knowing how one leads to the other. What we do know is that we can't live without sleep, and shortfalls are linked to deficiencies in almost every aspect of our bodily functions, including mood, mental processing, immunity, weight control, the list goes on. The current recommendation is for infants to get up to 18 hours of sleep, growing kids and teens up to 10 hours of sleep, adults between 7 and 9 hours of sleep, and geriatrics tending to get a little bit less than that. Our sleep is controlled by the communication of several tough-to-pronounce areas in our brain, such as the hypothalamus, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, among others. Imbalanced communication between these areas, which can be caused by illness, anxiety, alcohol consumption, etc., can disrupt our sleep patterns. Typically, however, our brain's dictation of sleep is driven by two primary factors. The first has to do with how we process energy. The currency that our body uses as energy is called adenosine triphosphate. As we expend energy, adenosine, which is part of that molecule, is released and bonds to receptors in the brain. This buildup lets our brain know that it might be time to rest, and slows the effectiveness of our neurons, neurotransmitters, and hormones, causing us to feel tired. When we sleep, adenosine is washed away and we feel refreshed. Caffeine, a popularly ingested drug, also bonds to adenosine receptors, but without the tiring effects, preventing the adenosine buildup and stopping our sluggish, tired feeling. The other driver of sleep is our circadian rhythm, which is our body's internal sleep-wake cycle. When light hits receptors in our eyes, signals to our brain indicate that it is daytime, preventing the release of a hormone called melatonin. When it's dark, however, we do release this hormone, which both calms our bodies down and signals the release of other neurotransmitters that slow our neural communications. The introduction of electric lights in the 1880s shifted our circadian rhythms from naturally to more artificially occurring. More recently, our exposure to phones and other screen lights at night inhibits our melatonin release, further slowing our sleep preparation. Now that we have an understanding of what sleep is and what drives our sleep habits, let's talk about what happens while we sleep in the 2 minutes. Before we do, however, if you find this video interesting, entertaining, or just informative, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel so you can stay up to date with other similar content. It really does help videos like this reach broader audiences, and it does help the channel grow. But now let's get back to the 2 minutes and discuss sleep, starting now. Sleep is typically categorized into 4 stages that cycle every 90 minutes and is broken down into REM and non-REM sleep stages. During the first sleep stage, called N1 or hypnagogia, our brainwaves, breathing, and heart rate slow, transitioning us from wakefulness to sleep. It tends to run up to 10 minutes and can include light hallucinations or muscle twitches. The second stage, called N2, covers roughly half of our sleep. This stage is characterized by bursts of quick brainwaves and powerful slow waves that prevent our reaction to stimuli and is linked to the beginning of our consolidation of daily memories. N3, our deepest sleep, covers up to 1/4 of sleep, but gets shorter with each sleep cycle. Here we experience slow but powerful delta brainwaves that signal the release of hormones crucial for bodily repair, growth, digestion, and immunity, thus naming this stage restorative sleep. Finally, there's REM, which, like N3, covers up to a quarter of sleep, but increases with each sleep cycle. Neurologically, REM resembles wakefulness and is associated with consolidation of memories, emotional well-being, and creativity. Dreams are most common here, and our brains even paralyze our muscles, called atonia, so that we don't act out our dreams. While we sleep, our brain cells also contract, opening pathways for a liquid to wash over and remove the waste products from our brains. Insufficient sleep limits this process and may result in the buildup of neural wastes that are correlated with diseases like Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, and Parkinson's, among others. And that is what happens when we sleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're still in the early stages of understanding sleep, and with time, we should expect to have more understanding of the whats, the whys, and the hows. Current evidence, however, indicates that sleep is incredibly important to almost all aspects of our well-being. Researching this video actually pushed me to improve my own personal sleeping habits. That said, this video is intended to be an explanatory video rather than a practical guide on sleep. There is a lot of information on sleep that I wasn't able to cover in this video, so I encourage you to do your own research and look into this a little bit more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.